So 2026 was a budget where the focus was on unleashing the reform express. And this is a very special edition of India Sense where we talk about whether or not that actually happened. Which way is the reform express headed? More importantly, with many asking, did the finance minister choose incremental progress over game-changing transformation? A budget that comes in the middle of a 5-year cycle of governance allows the government to actually undertake massive transformational reforms. Did that happen in 2026 budget is the key question. I'm going to first focus on the big takeaways of this budget, why some of the measures could actually release and make sure that and become gateways to be able to ensure that big picture transformation actually happens. Let's get the PGM here on camera too as well. First and foremost, the big takeaway. Big infrastructure push for the government, which ensuring that 12.2 lakh crore rupees will be put in terms of ensuring that the capex cycle of the economy actually gets kick-started. The second key focus is on technology and artificial intelligence. Remember, this is a year when India will also be hosting the AI Action Summit. Will the focus this time around semiconductors, around ensuring that India becomes a major player in global AI, all that gets a big focus and big push with the budget this year. And technology, remember, is not just about restricting itself to particular areas, but also the major focus this time around data centers, making India a big global data center hub. Now, the other key impact and the key takeaway this year was the fact that the securities transaction tax has been hiked, something that did spook the markets. Some of them recovered this today, a day after, 24 hours after the budget. And this episode, the special edition of India Sense, comes in 24 hours after the budget because it is dissecting the fine print of the budget. Now, the STT was hiked. The intent is noble, which is that amateur investors, when they enter the market, 92% of them actually lose money. They lose money to the people who understand the markets better. So the idea is to insulate that instinct of gambling. But around the world, the gambling doesn't actually get stopped when taxes are hiked. The other thing, the reason why markets were spooked yesterday, some of that rally actually recovered, was the fact that there was no relief on capital gains tax as was being pushed as was being expected by the markets. The fact that STT was hiked, but there was no capital gains tax reduction, that had a huge impact. I'm going to first play out exactly what Nirmala Sitharaman said there. We come back and continue the big takeaways.
Reform Express. Our government has undertaken comprehensive reforms towards creating employment, boosting productivity, and accelerating growth. After the Prime Minister's announcement on Independence Day in 2025, over 350 reforms have been rolled out. This includes GST simplification, notification of labor codes, and rationalization of mandatory quality control orders. High-level committees have been formed, and in parallel, the central government is working with the state governments on deregulation and reducing compliance requirements. The Reform Express is well on its way and will maintain its momentum to help us fulfill our Kartavya.
So the other takeaway of the budget was that the finance minister chose fiscal prudence over populism. Now, this was a year where there will be 5 state elections. One can have a larger intellectual discussion about what are really BJP's chances in all of them. But the fact is, this was a year where the government chose to be prudent, fiscally prudent over populism. Let's put that graphics out back. And the last and most important part was that there was regulatory relief that was given for the taxpayers. Now, the one thing that the tax man has been absolutely relentless about is following up on petty tax demands, something that has actually caused mayhem amongst individual taxpayers. That regulatory relief has come in this time around for the individual taxpayers. Let's now play out Prime Minister Modi's bite.
इस बजट में मेक इन इंडिया और आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान को नई रफ्तार के लिए महत्वाकांक्षी रोड मैप प्रस्तुत किया गया है। इस बजट में नई उभरती इंडस्ट्रीज यानी सनराइज सेक्टर्स को जिस मजबूती के साथ समर्थन दिया गया है वह अभूतपूर्व है।
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux. From conflict to India's crowning glory, I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
Given the fact that India invested so much, the Prime Minister himself invested so much in the India-America relationship, are you extremely disappointed with the Trump administration and how transactional they're choosing to be?
Well, look, every government and certainly every American president has their own way of approaching the world. I grant you that in the case of President Trump, it's radically different from how his predecessors did. I think he himself would say that. We have right now a set of issues which the relationship is grappling with. I mean, to me, it's, look, foreign policy doesn't always, everything doesn't go your way all the time on all the issues, on all the relationships. So there will be issues, you know. It is with the US today, it could be with somebody else tomorrow. What you try to do is to engage and work through those issues, and we believe that there can be a landing point for our respective trade interests. Obviously, that is something which will be negotiated and negotiated hard because it has an implication for livelihoods in this country. You know, at the end of the day, for us, the interests of the workers and the farmers and the small business and the middle class matters. So when we look at a trade agreement with a country like the United States, you have to be extremely judicious about